So this video, I'm going to share the true history of Pocahontas. And Pocahontas is this movie. It features this brown, whitewashed Indian girl who supposedly saved the white man from being killed by her Indian father. She fell in love with him and they lived happily ever after. Not reality. So this is going to be a first part on a true history of a lot of fairy tales. And if these are things we feed our children, which is kind of creepy. They're getting programmed from really young, so just bear with me. So, Pocahontas was a nickname meaning the naughty one. Her real name was Mataka. If we believe John Smith's account of events, she would have been 10 or 11 years old when she met him. That's hardly a romantic scenario unless you're a pedophile. So in the movie, she has to be between 16 to 18. They make her seem like she's an older girl. But in reality, Pocahontas was like 10 or 11 years old, which is kind of nasty. And a lot of the people who came to America wasn't the best of Europe. Some of them were explorers and some of them were like just men looking to find stuff out. A lot of them were indentured servants who did crimes, pedophiles, murders, rapers. So I guessing Captain John Smith, who we so-called praise in history, was also a pedophile. Pocahontas was kidnapped by the English. She didn't go willingly. She was kidnapped by the English. She was imprisoned at the Jamestown colony for over a year, where she was assaulted. So while they had her in the Jamestown jail, they were raping her. Different men were raping a 10 to 11-year-old girl for a whole year. While still a teenager, Pocahontas married John Rolfe. Marrying the Englishman was a condition of her release. So the only way they would release her is if she married this man. Pocahontas was then taken to England as a sort of living specimen and advertisement for colonization. So they took her and they exploited her in England. And I'm pretty sure she was raped for a fee. And I'm pretty sure she was showed that colonization is worth it because look how beautiful these women are. Come to America. Come get these Indian bitches. Come. I'm sorry to be so vulgar, but she died at the tender age of 21. So in the movie, they'll make you seem that she met some Captain John around 18 and 20. She didn't even marry him. She married a different John. John was a very common name. So she died at 21, unaware that the English would create the Pocahontas myth. One where she was the good Indian who rescued the white man from the brutish, savage tribesmen. Doesn't it sound like a black history lesson? This myth is birthed by many colonized stereotypes of Native people and was used as justification to make war against the Native American people. And this is the true story told from Ruth Conshawaco Hopkins, who is a black indigenous woman. And just think about how so much things are similar. So Pocahontas was a young girl who was brutally taken away from her family. We're going to talk about foster care in America real quick and how I used to work there, and there's hundreds of kids, mostly black, few Spanish, and like very small percent white, especially in the New York City area, who are taken away from their family because they don't agree. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's taken away because of cultural things, or you don't like how parents are raising them, or mother can't afford to, or sometimes people get immigration takes people and then their kids have no one, and then these kids are molested, and not all of them, but a lot of them damaged, and then we throw them into the world where we harass and arrest and push them to follow certain things. This stuff hasn't stopped. And then these mean, crazy ass white people made it into a kid's story to tell, to push that everyone lives happily ever after. When in fact, it was pedophiles, pedophilia, kidnap, rape, torture, and then death at a young age. That just sounds like so many kids' stories, and it's really fucking sad how we teach this to our children. Pocahontas was brown skin. She wasn't some light, long hair, whitewashed Indian woman. She was a woman that was darker than me, who had hair shoulder length in braids, and she was a young girl. And she died at 21, still young. I would like to think of a broken heart. So this is a true story, no Disney fairy tale, the truth behind Pocahontas. And I'll see you next time in the truth behind fairy tale stories. If you have any questions, comments, please put them down below and let me know how you feel. If you like the video, if you think I should keep going with these fairy tales, the truth videos. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.